The Alex Belfield In Conversation podcast with daisymedia.co.uk. Alex Belfield.
And I'm also very pleased to be joined by Lesley Joseph once again. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. This is like DJ Vu, isn't it, being back here again?
I know, I think Nottingham's become my second home. Yeah, because I was here with Annie and with pantomime, so yes, I feel I'm getting to know Nottingham quite well, really. Just seeing your red hair, you see, you'd be rather good as Annie.
Absolutely. Now, I've been very nervous last night. I was in bed, tossing and turning, because I don't know if you remember, but I made a terrible confession to you last time I was here.
See birds, was that it?
No, it wasn't that. Do you not remember?
No, don't tell me. Was it dirty?
It was a little bit dirty. I told you got me through puberty.
Oh, God, how can you say that? If you knew how many people have said that to me the last few interviews I've done, it's embarrassing.
It's because they heard me say it the first time, you see.
It's embarrassing, but I can't believe you're talking about this on radio.
Well, I don't mind. I'm very honest with my listener, you see.
I mean, I can't believe that you're actually saying this. And quite frankly, what I should do is say, what exactly do you mean? Please, would you enlarge on this statement? And you wouldn't dare do that, would you?
Well, talking of enlarging, no, I have an update, though, on last year's statement. No, let's move on. No, I have an update. You're still getting me through puberty. That's this year's update.
Oh, no, change the subject, for God's sake, it's all gone downhill.
No, I've been watching the repeats on UK Gold. This is how sad I am.
Well, that you need to say absolutely no more. I think Dorian Green's got an awful lot to answer for. Unfortunately, Miss Hannigan is not quite in the same league.
It's quite different, isn't it? Because you're playing an old bag now, and you're a glamorous kind of sex symbol in that.
Glamorous old bag then, really. I mean, Dorian was just a glamorous old bag. I mean, same thing, just different makeup, really.
Absolutely. I mean, are you going to make any more of Birds of a Feather? I know I talked to you about it last time.
It's really sad. No, I don't think we are. I mean, I would love to, and I think Linda would love to. Pauline's busy doing other drama, and I've been doing this for 2.5 years. So, to be honest, at the moment, there's no time. But, I mean, I would love to catch up with them, I must say. I would love to catch up with them and see how they are in a few years' time, because I think they're such great characters that I'd be very sad to feel I'd lost them forever.
Aren't you bored with Annie?
No, not at all. It's really interesting. Last night we opened here in Nottingham, and we had one of the nicest audiences we'd had for a long, long time. And I just suddenly thought, oh my goodness, I've found all sorts of ways to make things work. You're constantly, well, I am anyway, constantly changing. And there are things which you've never been able to work, and things which work one night and not another. And because we move around the country all the time, the audiences are always different. No, it's a constant challenge. I'm not bored with it at all. I love the show.
It is a great show, and it's a great family musical as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, but it's an intelligent musical. I mean, it's not just... Oh, there we are. Oh, now you all know we're actually in the theatre, the magic of theatre. I'm putting makeup on at the moment, in case anybody wants to know, and I have got my clothes on.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't. Well, you haven't. We're both sitting here naked, stark naked, if truth be told.
I look as if I'm modelling for scattercushions, to be honest with you, but there you are.
But, no, it's a great family musical. You could bring somebody of 80 or somebody of 8, and they would both have something in it to enjoy. And, in fact, I think sometimes it's the adults who enjoy it more than... You've got all the President Roosevelt stuff, and a lot of things go over the head of the kids, but it's a very intelligent book, which is why it has lasted as long as it's lasted. I mean, we're talking 21 years. The most performed of all musicals, I think, because it's the most accessible, I think. And it's not simple, but it's simplistic. People know what's going on and they can identify with it.
Now, when I spoke to you last year, you said you were going to leave it in January. You're obviously back.
Didn't I?
Absolutely.
Big lie.
Since then, I've seen you around the world on the holiday programmes. Do you enjoy doing those?
Well, I love them. Last time, you see, I went to Las Vegas, and I fell in love with the place. I mean, it's adult Disneyland. It's just wonderful. And liking casinos as I do, I just had an absolute ball there. It's just the most outrageous place in the world. So I went there. Yeah, I went to Israel, and I've been all over the place with them, and I love them. They're great fun to do. And I love travelling and working at the same time, because you sort of fast track through to what makes that place tick, because the researchers always do things first and find out the places to go and the people to speak to. So it's a really interesting way of travelling and seeing places.
How long do they give you there?
Well, Vegas, we were there for 8 days. When we went to Australia, I had 2 weeks, but then I stayed on and did some publicity in Sydney because Birds is quite big out there. So it depends. But normally I try and stay on 2 or 3 days afterwards and recover, because you always have quite a busy time.
Do you mind do you mind the repeats of Birds of a Feather? Because it is on UK Gold, as I say, and they do put it on time to time on BBC One. Does that annoy you? Or?
Oh, why would it annoy me? I love it. No, here comes my wig lady, Lisa. She likes to make sure she gets in every radio interview. We're sitting here naked, by the way, Lisa. We've just told everybody. Yes. Lisa has actually got clothes on, so she's feeling a little bit out of place for the moment, but they're quite likely to come off quite soon. Oh, this interview's gone downhill very quickly. It's outrageous.
I ought to point out, Lesley got me through puberty. I need you to know this.
Oh, good, yes.
Did she get you through puberty as well?
No. I've only just met Lisa. Lisa's a very...
But she's getting me through any, so it's...
Oh, dear, you men reporters, you go too far.
This is show business, there's a lot of it about.
I'd like to say that will be cut, but knowing you, I know it won't be.
No, there's no cutting on this programme. Absolutely not. Now, we need to do the showbiz tests, first of all, because I need to know how credible you are in my showbiz ideals, you know, because I have my favourites. I need you to get 10 points out of 10. If you know Jane McDonald, you get 2 points.
I've met her, but I don't know her.
But you've met her?
Yes.
Isn't she darling?
So I don't know if I'm lying or not, and I can't remember if we've met or not, but I'm going to say we have.
Okay.
Yeah, I take my hat off to Jane McDonald for the one big reason that she said once, I read in an interview, I am so thrilled to be doing what I'm doing because it could have been anybody on that cruise, but it was me, and I'm having an absolute ball. Thank you for giving me this. And I just think that is so much the right attitude, because with all of us, it's there by the grace of God. If I hadn't been in the right place at the right time... Hello, somebody else is coming in the room. It's Stuart, our sound man, and he is still clothed. Everybody else in this room is naked, Stuart.
Yes.
Just telling the radio listeners.
And she got me through puberty. Did she get you through puberty?
No,
come down
I
here,
did
Stuart.
not know Stuart then, so could you please keep this clean?
Come down here, Stuart.
Leave Stuart alone. Leave Stuart alone. He's doing the sound, and he's a really... nice, proper young man, and I will not have him corrupted by you. Carry on with the show business test.
Okay.
Look, you see, poor soul, he's had to run out of the room really quickly now. Okay, show business test.
Okay.
We like Jane McDonald, yes.
Okay. 5 points for Joe Pasquale.
Oh, Joe, I know, yes. And can I just say that when I was in Bournemouth, Jane McDonald was following me a few weeks later, and I was staying in the flat where Joe Pasquale was then going to be coming to stay. So Joe and I have probably slept in the same bed, but not together, you do understand.
How marvellous.
Yeah, that is good. I love Joe Pasquale. He makes me laugh. I think he's a very unique, original performer.
Have you squeaked to him?
No, I haven't squeaked to him. How dare you?
And finally then, 15 points for Sue Pollard.
Oh, well, Sue Pollard.
My favourite.
Can I just say, Sue Pollard and I go back. We shared the same singing teacher before. She did Heidi High before I did Birds of a Feather. She's always been as mad as a hatter.
Absolutely.
Always. She has never been any different. We used to share the same singing teacher. She used to live around the corner from me, and we used to go to theatre together all the time. So yes, I do know Sue quite well.
Finally, last time I spoke to you, like the shopping in Nottingham, have you seen any of it so far?
No, because I only arrived yesterday, and we did the show last night, got a matinee now, so I haven't had time yet, but I'm sure I will be shopping very shortly.
Marks and Spencer's has changed, by the way. It's now men's and women, and there's food on the bottom floor. If you go down to the Broad Marsh, there's all house furniture there.
Now, what makes you think I'm an M&S girl?
I don't know. I just thought... Well, Jane McDonald said she buys her knickers from M&S, so I don't know about you.
Yeah, knickers and bras, always buy from M&S.
Do you
Knickers
really?
and bras are very good. I thought I'd, share that with you as you're not out of puberty yet.
Absolutely.
So just to give you a thought to dwell on this evening when you get home and go to bed.
Through these cold winter nights, that will sort me out till next year when I'm sure I talk to you again.
I'm sure you will. I'd just like to say to everybody, please ignore this conversation. He's an incredibly naughty young man sitting opposite me, and I don't know what he's talking about.
Fantastic to talk to you. Will we see you on the telly again in the near future?
Look, how can you say I got you through puberty? If you could just see me now. I've got
Gorgeous.
one made-up eye, I've got one arched eyebrow, and I've got an old stocking on my head, and I'm about to be made up as Hannigan. This man is seriously ill and needs help. That's all I'm going to tell you, dear listeners. Please write in. He needs taking away in a straitjacket.
You're a sex symbol for men who don't care, aren't you?
Oh, how dare you!
When will we see you next on telly, finally?
Oh, who knows? I've absolutely no idea. Please write in and say, get me back on the box as soon as possible.
Well, I think that's fantastic. I look forward to seeing you. I will go home now after seeing the show and watch you again on UK Gold.
Oh, that's a good lad. There you go.
And,
Are you watching the show this afternoon?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I hope you enjoy.
Fantastic. It's a great show. It's Annie. It's on at the Theatre Royal for weeks and weeks. Well, for 2 weeks anyway. Where are you after this?
High Wycombe.
Okay.
And then we're Bradford, Stoke, Birmingham, Bristol, Southampton, and then I'm in Newcastle for pantomime, which you'll probably come up and see, because that's quite a sexy part.
Are you in Dick?
I'm not even going to reply to that.
You look gorgeous. You're fantastic. You're Lesley Joseph, and I thank you for talking to me today.
Thank you.
You can put your clothes on back. And I'll put mine on.
The Alex Belfield In Conversation podcast with daisymedia.co.uk. Alex Belfield.